You would be hard-pressed to find better weather anywhere in the country right now. Be hard-pressed to find a better rivalry than this one. It is on display tonight for you on a Monday. Two interdivisional rivals get together.
It's gonna be a fight. We need everyone. Don't leave nothing on this field. Be relentless and I'm dominating. For this game, look. Melo made it right.
Ends up touchdown Rams. Big play in for the touchdown.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
To the end zone. Touchdown. What a catch.
Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers look for revenge against Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams tonight on Monday Night Football.
All-world receiver Cooper Kupp, NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, the Triple Crown winner from last year, off to another good start. Ready to shine for the Rams. And Jimmy Garoppolo, he's back and in charge of the 49ers. Can't wait to watch him work tonight. Welcome to the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. Santa Clara, California, home to the 49ers. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is Joe Buck. This is the Hall of Famer, Troy Aikman, and we've had fun over the years watching these two teams go at it, watching these two head coaches / play callers go at it, one trying to figure out the other. And let's talk about the Rams as the reigning Super Bowl champions. But so far, early in the year, there have been some times where they haven't looked real Ram-like.
Yeah, they got off to a tough start, week one. The last couple of weeks, they have found ways to win, and there have been those moments where they've looked like the defending Super Bowl champions, but a lot of inconsistencies. But they've been able to hang in there. They're not panicking because they went through a similar stretch last year, so they're confident that they'll overcome it. Now, they're doing it shorthanded with a number of players who won't be playing, but it's also not lost on them the struggles that they've had against this division rival. They've lost 6 in a row during the regular season, so they know that they've got to play better, and they've got to play a lot more consistent than they have so far.
The Rams will say we won when it matters most, and that was in the NFC Championship game. Okay, now, after that game, we thought we had seen the end of Jimmy Garoppolo as the 49ers quarterback. Trey Lance injures the ankle, out for the rest of the year, week 2. So he's back in charge, and we'll see how he settles in now, second start, after a really weird offseason.
Yeah, it was a weird offseason to say the least. Nobody obviously expected him back, but here he is. And I know that he's a polarizing figure, but yet they have won a lot of football games with him. He's taken them to a Super Bowl. He took them to the NFC Championship game last year. He understands that he's got to play better than he did last week against the Denver Broncos. But this is a game that has very little to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. It has more to do with their ability to run the football and be physical. And Joe, I really believe that they're going to have to run the ball at least 30 times in this game. Part of that is about being able to maintain possession of the football. And then the other part of that is the defense has to be able to keep the score down. That's been the formula in how they've been able to win those 6 regular season games, and that's the formula here tonight.
We get set as we continue marching our way toward kickoff. More from Santa Clara coming up next. There have been some exciting games throughout week number 4, hoping for one here tonight between the Rams and the 49ers. Time now for our game notes, presented by Bear as we send it down to Lisa Salters.
Hey, Joe, well, no one has more sacks than Aaron Donald since he entered the league in 2014, and that's despite being a defensive tackle who is double, triple, and sometimes he says even quadruple teamed. Donald has terrorized opposing quarterbacks for the last 8 years, And now in his 9th season, he got his 100th career sack last week on Kyler Murray. It was a historic moment that almost didn't happen because Donald almost walked away from the game this offseason. He says he had already written his retirement letter to the Rams and was at peace with his decision to move on. He says his career plan all along was to play 8 seasons and then to retire. His family knew it. His friends knew it. Some players and coaches knew it too. So he played the 2021 season fully believing that it would be his last. But then something happened. Donald became a world champion. After the Super Bowl, he eventually called head coach Sean McVay and told him he was having second thoughts because he'd gotten hooked on the confetti.
That's like the best high in the world, so I tell people all the time, if I probably wouldn't won a Super Bowl, I probably wouldn't be here now. So getting experience that and get addicted to that, it's like, let's go run it back, man, and find a way to relive that all over again. So it was just like one heck of an experience that I just want to relive again.
And about his milestone 100th sack last week, Donald says he didn't even know he was close to it until he was told after the game. He said you grind to try to do great things on the field, and when you accomplish them and become a part of history, well, that's just a blessing. Joe?
Lisa, thank you. A game wrecker who is hooked on confetti. That is bad news for the rest of the NFC. You've been watching the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. Rams, Niners, coming up next.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Let's keep it real. A lot of people say they don't like LA. I love it. San Francisco, not so much. But get this, Rams have more to prove than the 49ers.
The Los Angeles Rams are world champions.
Good, right? I know they won the Super Bowl. Think I've been living under a rock? I was there, fool. But the Niners have more titles, more history, and more moments. And this year, both teams are loaded. Don't die! Ain't no better day! It's all about us. Now let's go deal with that game, baby. No matter who got them here, they both want to hold California's heart. They each want to save this state, this golden state. You want to keep it real? This one's going to be epic. Rams, 49ers on Monday Night Football. Rack 'em.
Good one for you tonight as Week 4 comes to a close. The Rams and 49ers. These two know each other very well. The head coaches know each other very well. Saw that visit during Monday Night Countdown with Adam Schefter, with Sean McVay sitting down with Kyle Shanahan, once on the same staff with Washington. It's been talked about over and over, but they have a similar mindset. They're looking for any weakness they can find. And I heard the two described as frenemies, which is probably the right term for what they are for one another. A lot of respect, not a lot of love between these two teams. And it was the 49ers getting past the Rams in Week 18 to stamp their ticket into the postseason last year. They got them all the way to the champ game back in Los Angeles. They lost that game. Rams won that on their way to the Lombardi Trophy in their home stadium. So off we go. It's a new year. Everybody turns the page. 49ers won the toss. They defer. The Rams receive. Out to the 25.
Oh, shit.